come from us tonight. The fog in Fleetwood would Hartlepool be hung out to dry. The long march south for grey-faced Carlisle fans. And the even longer march for the Spartan Army, Bly to Bournemouth. Now, Peter Taylor's Wycombe are the only team in the top 4 divisions of English football still unbeaten in the league. In the Cup, they went to Eastwood. So, do you feel lucky, punk?
For the likes of Eastwood, it's a long haul to this stage.
Harrogate. Wrexham!
Kidsgrove.
Lincoln United.
Come on!
The top club would be in the final after 5 wins, but the lads from the Unicorn Premier League are just happy with a tilt at the big time.
If we can become giant killers today, you know, maybe our game or our highlights might be played in 5 or 6 years' time, and people might remember a goal that, you know, one of our players has scored. And it's just, for us, it's just a part of becoming a part of the FA Cup history.
League 2 leaders Wycombe know all about giant killings, semi-finalists in 2001. The only side in the top 4 divisions still unbeaten in the league knew that record could count for nothing.
We were fortunate enough to have Wimbledon in AFC Wimbledon in the last round, another non-league team. The lads showed a tremendous attitude that night. Today is going to be another test. You know, I think Eastwood Town are different to Wimbledon, might be harder to beat. So we've got to show a very, very good attitude, otherwise it'll be a problem.
No, you've been pumped up, full of adrenaline before you go out there. What I want us to do is that now, from this minute, let's look at this as just being another game. Okay, go on. We couldn't think of a better day. It's foggy, it's cold, you know, the pitch is in between sort of icy and it's really bobbly. It's got all the ingredients of a cup upset.
It's another day in the limelight for Eastwood, birthplace of controversial writer D.H. Lawrence and a former Forest star who sounds like he should have been in one of his novels, Tony Woodcock. Nothing steamy about the day, the mercury struggling to rise above 0, but Coronation Park would have warmed up rapidly if Russell Cooke's header had dropped a few inches lower. The crowd of almost 2,000, 5 times the average, were loving this, especially when Lyndon Meikle tried his luck and Shearer got caught cold by the curl. The shock was on. With the floodlights struggling to cut through the fog, Wycombe were facing a gloomy second half, and Andy Todd whistled another warning past Shearer's upright. Peter Taylor's team finally piled forward, only for Eastwood to lock up the tie on the break. Prison officer Peter Knox kept his composure to sentence Wycombe to a humiliating defeat. Utter joy on the final whistle. It's FC United of Manchester next in the league, and maybe the real thing in round 3.
How about that, Peter? Awesome, mate, awesome. Says it all. Come on, fellas. Brilliant, mate. That's all I can say. Quality.
Terrific scenes in Nottinghamshire. Fantastic for Eastwood Town. I don't know whether Wycombe didn't turn up or Eastwood was just too good for them on the day.
I think they were. I think Paul Cox summed it up. It's a great day, foggy, wet. You know, the league team going to fancy, you know, Unibond, Premier League, that's the 7th tier of football where Eastwood have come from. And it looked as though they deserved it. And, you know, it's celebrations. You can see what it means to that crowd, to that group of players, to be in the 3rd round draw.
And he, Paul Cox, has found an old school friend who's a successful local businessman who's pumped a big load of money into the club,
£100,000 apparently. He owns a casino or something, so maybe it's a bit of a gamble, but he pulls Man United or Chelsea out of the hat next round. It's money well spent.
Absolutely, absolutely well placed. And it was quite nice, quite apt in a way that it was a prison officer scores the winner. He'd probably be arresting a couple of the fans later tonight.
Paul Cox is a friend, used to play for Neil Warnock, didn't he? So he said he's learned a few tricks from Neil, so maybe Neil Warnock should get a pat on the back.
Don't know about the one-arm press-ups. Looked impressive. Highbury's our next stop. Highbury being